How's everybody? Good. Well, this is our third practice today, first practice in pads. And I was really pleased, kind of an unusual schedule this year to, have one practice, then have spring break, then come back and have one practice, after 9 days off or whatever. But I thought the players responded to it pretty well. Monday wasn't great, but today, first day in pads, I think was a lot better. And one of the reasons that we like to practice this way is so that we're practicing kind of every other day and only have back-to-backs on Friday and Saturday. When the players don't have school on Saturday, you got a little bit more time to meet with them so that we can actually make corrections from the film on the day off, which is tomorrow, and then do just install and on the next practice, which in this case would be Friday. So that's really for teaching purposes with the players. I think the effort, I think the attitude has, been good. And, the key to the drill in spring practice is to be able to develop young players. And, that's one of the reasons that we want to, practice the way we practice. But we got a long way to go in a lot of areas. We got a long way to go with each and every player has, self-assess as to where they are and what they have to do to improve. That's what's going to help them get better if they can self-assess, and then they'll be more positive about taking coaching and correction, which will, certainly enhance their chances of improving. So, we no different injuries or anything like that. So we're kind of got the same guys in, same guys out. And most of the guys that are out are probably going to be out for most of the spring.
Just with Jahmyr Gibbs, what do you like about his game, and what does he add to your offense?
I don't know. Is the microphone on or?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
What do you like about Jahmyr Gibbs?
Oh, he has really been very good addition, to our team. He's got great speed. He's really a good receiver, good third down back. He's got great vision. He's got really good burst out of a cut. I'm really, really impressed with what he's been able to do. He's smart. He's picked up things. He's an experienced player. So, he really does a good job of understanding what we're trying to do and how to do it. And that's what experienced players can do. So he's done a really, really good job.
Coach, along with Gibbs, could you comment on the running back group as a whole, and also if you could share anything on how the recoveries are going for McClellan and Roydell Williams?
Yeah, they're doing great. They're in black jerseys. They're both practicing non-contact. Ace is a little ahead of Roydell because he got hurt a month earlier, but they're both doing fine. And I'm pleased with the running back situation. We've got some experience there, and Jermaine Miller is, shows some promise as a young player. So Trey Sanders is doing good. So I don't know that that's not an issue on our team at all. So we got lots of good players there, and we'll have plenty of depth when the other guys get back.
When you have players like Jameson Williams and Jermaine Burton, who might have played different offenses elsewhere, what do you look for in kind of projecting that to Alabama's offense and maybe a bigger role they might play?
Well, it's not really hard. I mean, it's easy to see, wide receiver skill set. And Jermaine Burton has done a really good job. He's been a real positive addition to the receiver core. He's got quickness, he's got speed, he's got really good hands, he runs good routes. And again, a little more experience, a little more maturity, really, helps these guys learn and understand how to do things and understand the importance of doing little things right, because they've played in games and they played against good competition. So he has really done an outstanding job in the three practices that we've had so far.
Yeah, Will Anderson talked the other day about the leadership group has really been good so far. I mean, who are some of the guys, whether it be in the fourth quarter program, really part of spring practice, who are emerging as leaders in your mind?
Well, we have 4 guys that were on leadership group last year, and we've added 1. So You know, Henry's been a really, really good leader. Jordan Battle's been a really good leader. You know, we added DJ Dale to the leadership group because he's been emerged as a leader in the offseason program. You know, Bryce has, you know, been a really good leader and affected a lot of people in a positive way, and has, you know, developed more and more of a presence as his confidence has grown, you know, throughout last season, to be more assertive, to, you know, get, you know, other players to, you know, do the things that they need to do to be successful. So we really haven't added a whole lot of other guys, you know, to that group. But, you know, it's not just how many leaders and who they are. It's how do the other players respond to leadership. You know, you can have really good leaders on your team, but if players don't respond to it because they don't respect the importance of doing things right, then that's an issue too. And so far, this group has responded, you know, fairly well for the most part.
Just want to ask about Eli Ricks coming in from LSU. What have you seen from him in spring practice so far?
He's done a good job. You know, he's coming off a shoulder injury, so, you know, he missed half the season or more than half the season last year. And, you know, he didn't do anything. He wasn't able to do anything for a long time. So when he started here in the off-season program, you know, that's the first thing he's done for a long time. You know, he lost some weight. He's been gaining it back. But, again, an experienced player who understands, you know, how to play the game. And he's, you know, picking up things and, you know, doing a good job out there. So it's a real positive addition to our team.
Yeah, you've brought in several players that can play multiple positions. Given the way that the game's played today, do you emphasize versatility more in the recruiting process now?
I don't understand the question. Multiple positions. What do you mean? Play offense, defense, play running back, play? I mean,
It seems like you're bringing in a lot of guys that can play multiple positions in the secondary, or a guy like Jahad Campbell, maybe that could play multiple positions as an edge or an inside guy. Is that something that you look for more?
no, I mean, look, some guys have the ability to do that. But we have criteria that we're looking for at every position. You know, sometimes you rarely find a guy that, you know, can play more than one position. So, you know, you try to give him the best opportunity to play, you know, where he has a chance to play. If that doesn't work out, you might try him and see if he has a better chance to develop a career at another position. But it's always nice to have guys that can play multiple positions. But when they're freshmen, you have to put them in one place and teach them how to play one position, because it's too overwhelming for them to try to play multiple positions when they're young. So, and every player is different when it comes to how they develop. And I think the most important thing is the young players focus on development and don't worry so much about what team they're on and who's in front of them and who's behind them, but they just control what they can control and focus on their development.
Kind of bouncing off that, freshman Kendrick Law, having him at wide receiver, what do you like about him at that position and kind of the skill set he brings to the team?
Does that microphone actually work? Okay, well, good. Well, I guess you're asking about Kendrick Law. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah, he's done a nice job. You know, he's a guy that could play multiple positions if that creates value, in your opinion. So, but he has done a really good job at receiver. He's got some speed. He's got some size. He runs good routes. He's got really good hands. So he's been, you know, and he's picked up on things and sort of has the right mindset to be able to deal with some of the frustrations that young players go through when they're trying to learn a system and making more mistakes than they're used to probably. But, you know, he plays through it and he's made a lot of plays. And, you know, I think that, you know, he's the guy that might be able to help us if he continues to develop. All right. Thank you.